Welcome back to Hodgepodge. This video will be a short overview of the tool panel in Adobe Illustrator CC, and will be the first of many videos in a series on how to use Adobe Illustrator. Don't let this video or the tool panel overwhelm you. I have been using Adobe Illustrator now for over 7 years, and many of these tools you may never even use, depending on what you're using Illustrator for. I use Illustrator for mostly illustrations and graphic design, so I most commonly use the Selection tool, Rectangle tool, Paintbrush tool, and the Pen tool. Now, here are all the tools in order of appearance. The Selection tool, the Direct Selection tool, the Magic Wand tool, the Lasso tool, the Pen tool, the Curvature tool, the Type tool, the Line Segment tool, the Rectangle tool, the Paintbrush tool, the Shaper tool, the Eraser tool, the Rotate tool, the Scale tool, the Width tool, the Puppet Warp tool, the Shape Builder tool, the Perspective Grid tool, the Mesh tool, the Gradient tool, the Eyedropper tool, the Blend tool, the Symbol Sprayer tool, the Column Graph tool, the Artboard tool, the Slice tool, the Hand tool, the Zoom tool, the Fill box, the Stroke box, and the Swap Fill and Stroke icon, which is at the top right here. And by clicking the Swap Fill and Stroke, you will swap the fill and the stroke. Now down to the bottom left is the default fill and stroke, which can be reached with the shortcut on your keyboard D. The default fill and stroke tool will simply set your fill and stroke to white and black. The color tool, the gradient tool, and the none tool. Now these three will determine the color, the gradient, or lack of the fill or stroke. So I could set my fill to a solid color, or a gradient, or even none, and the same for my stroke. I could set to a solid color, a gradient, or none at all. Then down below that, we have the Draw Normal, the Draw Behind, and the Draw Inside tools. And at the very bottom is the Change Screen Mode, which is shortcut F on your keyboard. Some of these tools can be broken down into more selections, which you can access by right-clicking on the tool icon. The Direct Selection tool, which is paired with the Group Selection tool. The Pen tool, which is paired with the Add Anchor Point tool, the Delete Anchor Point tool, and the Anchor Point tool. Listed to the right of each tool is the keyboard shortcut, which you can use to quickly toggle in between each tool. For more information on how to use the Pen tool, I will link my Pen tool video with a card in the top left of the screen. Again, this video will be the first of a full series on how to use Adobe Illustrator CC, so stay tuned for more and don't forget to hit that notification bell icon next to the subscribe button. Moving onward, we have the Type tool, which has many different options. The Area Type tool, the Type on a Path tool, the Vertical Type tool, the Vertical Area Type tool, the Vertical Type on a Path tool, and the Touch Type tool. The Line Segment tool is paired with the Arc tool, the Spiral tool, the Rectangular Grid tool, and the Polar Grid tool. The Rectangle tool can be broken down into the Rounded Rectangle tool, the Ellipse tool, the Polygon tool, the Star tool, and the Flare tool. The Paintbrush tool is paired with the Blob Brush tool. The Shaper tool is paired with the Pencil tool, the Smooth tool, the Path Eraser tool, and the Join tool. The Eraser tool is paired with the Scissors tool and the Knife tool. The Rotate tool is paired with the Reflect tool. The Scale tool is paired with the Shear tool and the Reshape tool. The Width tool can be broken down into the Warp tool, the Twirl tool, the Pucker tool, the Bloat tool, the Scallop tool, the Crystallize tool, and the Wrinkle tool. The Puppet Warp tool is paired with the free Transform tool. The Shape Builder tool is paired with the Live Paint Bucket and the Live Paint Selection tool. The Perspective Grid tool is paired with the Perspective Selection tool. The Eyedropper tool is paired with the Measure tool. The Symbol Sprayer tool is broken down further into the Symbol Shifter tool, the Symbol Scruncher tool, the Symbol Sizer tool, the Symbol Spinner tool, the Symbol Stainer tool, the Symbol Screener tool, and the Symbol Styler tool. The Column Graph tool can be broken down into the Stacked Column Graph tool, the Bar Graph tool, the Stacked Bar Graph tool, the Line Graph tool, the Area Graph tool, the Scatter Graph tool, the Pie Graph tool, and the Radar Graph tool. The Slice tool is paired with the Slice Selection tool. The Hand tool is paired with the Print Tilling tool, which I'll be honest, I have never used the Print Tilling tool, so I look forward to learning what that tool is later on in this video series. You can also select these hidden tools by pressing the Option key or the Alt key on Windows. You may double-click to access the settings of each individual tool. After right-clicking for the other available tools, you may click the arrow on the left for a floating window view of these tools. You may also click the top bar of the tool panel to click and drag it as a floating window. To remount this panel, drag it back to the left until the blue highlight appears. And that was the complete overview of the tool panel in Adobe Illustrator CC. We will be going over each tool and its function in detail in the videos of this series. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like this video, check out my other videos, and subscribe.